Dewey Hammond here with former Penn State quarterback Michael Robinson, current San Francisco 49ers running back. As a Big Ten alum, talk a bit about the Big Ten this season and what you see going in, and also your thoughts on the preseason rankings.
Obviously, I'm going for Penn State, obviously, but the Big Ten rankings, the preseason rankings really don't mean much. I think my year they had us ranked to come in 9th overall in the Big Ten. I think this year it's Ohio State, Iowa, and Wisconsin, which rightfully so. They have a lot of returning starters, and especially Ohio State. They have Terrell Pryor, and he should do really well. But Ted again. But I think Penn State, the reason why we aren't ranked is because of our quarterback situation. We have to solidify that situation. You look at the teams that are ranked high. Their quarterback situation is solidified, and I think once Penn State solidifies that, we have the talent around us. So it should be a battle. We also have teams like Nebraska, which will be the next year. But looking into the future, we're going to have to contend with teams like that.
Now, they pegged an offensive player of the year and a defensive player of the year preseason. On offense, it was a guy you already mentioned, quarterback Terrell Pryor, Ohio State Buckeyes. And on defense, it was Michigan State linebacker Greg Jones. Can you talk a bit about each of those players and their strengths and weaknesses?
Well, Greg Jones, he's a tackler. He is a tackler. He doesn't miss many tackles, and that's great. That's good. He's not always a great big hitter, but at the same time, he doesn't miss many tackles. You look at Terrell Pryor. Obviously, he still has the hype from high school, in my opinion. I'm not saying he isn't a good player, but I think he needs to refine some of his passing skills. I mean, to be a great quarterback, and especially in that league, you have to be able to throw the ball also. And once he does that, he'll become the elite player that everybody think he is. But I think, not knocking him, but I think right now he's still living off a little bit of high school pump.
Now, Ohio State has had a share of at least a share of the last 5 Big Ten titles. What are the challenges in terms of doing that for a program year in and year out? And do they have a bullseye on their back from guys on the other teams who are coming in as freshmen or sophomores? Do they really care about what happened 4 or 5 years ago?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They do. They have a big bullseye on their back. I think for a team to do that, 4 and 5 years in a row, it's extremely tough because each year, even if you don't win the Big Ten, teams still get up to play you. I think even Penn State runs into a little bit of that. Even when we were having our down years, teams still came into Happy Valley ready and pumped up to play. Not just because of our record, but because of our head coach. And I think Jim Trustle's done a great job at Ohio State, and rightfully so. They should have the bullseye on their back.
And what do you see as the weaknesses for the Ohio State Buckeyes?
Weaknesses, passing game. Offensively, you got to be able to throw the ball. You have to be able to throw the ball.
In the Big Ten, even?
In the Big Ten, you have to be able to throw the ball. I think that's a misconception. We've had some great quarterbacks come out of the Big Ten. Kerry Collins, I'm going to name some of the Penn State guys because those are the guys I'm real close to. Kerry Collins, you got Todd Black. It's been guys, it's been guys that come out of the Big Ten. So you have to be able to throw the ball in this league, and the Big Ten is starting to recruit some of that Miami talent, some of that Florida talent. So we're getting the speed that people say we don't have, but yet we go to bowl games and we beat up on SEC teams and ACC teams. So it's one of those things that you say speed is a factor, but at the same time we find a way to win.